What's up, fam? Alright, layer 2 video. Layer 2 floor 2 video. Yep, here it is. This is a very long one. I'll leave timestamps in the description if you want to skip through it. Yeah, pretty much that's it really. So before we get into it though, I do once again, like the first video, if you haven't seen it already, link in the description, go check it out. It is a very good precursor to this one. A couple recommendations for the Ethiron Fight. There's some talents that I think you should get if you want to make the Ethiron Fight much easier. So there are a couple talents that I do recommend. For instance, Ghost is very good for dodging Ethiron's ult attack. Obviously having Warrior's Respite is very nice as well as having Flame Wisp. If you do want to do Ethiron consistently, I do recommend going Flame just for that passive healing. Having Reversal Spark Flame Leap is also very good in negating fall damage as well, and also having a Flame Assault with the right modifiers makes mobility in layer 2 much easier to deal with. Other talents I also recommend are Reinforce. Yeah, any mobility move like Dash, Shoulder Bash, that all works as well. Not to mention Condition Runner is also very good. And I'd say for Bells, Run It Back and Portals would probably be your best bet as well. They're also really good bells to have. So yeah, that's what I recommend for this fight. Again, the video is going to be timestamped. I'm gonna show floor 1 as well, because I want to show you guys my method at least to speedrunning to Chaser. I think it's not the best, but it is optimal and it is pretty quick. So yeah, without further ado, let's do this, man. Alright, so the first thing in layer 2 you want to worry about when you get in is you want to check your inventory for the old diver's watch. Now if you click on that, it will show you how long you have in layer 2, how long you have in floor 2. Now you normally have 15 minutes, bear in mind after the 15 minutes is done, you will reset to the start again, but if you're able to turn on all the generators in under 15 minutes, the timer will stop indefinitely, so it'll stop forever, and you basically can stay in floor 2 forever, pretty much. If you do log, you will be sent back to the start again, and you have to do everything again, so just be careful of that. So once you get out of the arrival, you just want to turn on the generators. So in total you have 5 generators to turn on before the timer runs out. You'll be reset to the start, so just turn on the first one and then turn around again and then head down these stairways. Bear in mind there are spikes falling down, so do be careful. But yeah, basically you just want to head down here, and there'll be a cursor NPC here that you just want to ignore. You don't want to talk to him, because he will spawn in other ones and they will attack you and kill you. And now you want to avoid these purple light thingies here. Just make sure you don't walk over them or don't touch them, because otherwise spears will run down from the sky and you will die. But yeah, just make your way through this area. Keep following me. This is the route to the next generator, which is in the maze. Just keep making your way to the next generator. As you can see, this massive building here is the maze and the next generator. You want to make this way down here, and then you want to jump through this hole here. And here we are at the maze, so I'll leave the code up on the screen, as well as, yeah, just show you guys how to do it. So the first one will be just 1, and then 2 for the second one, 1 for the third, 2 for the next one, then another 2, another 2, just a 1 this time, 2 this time, 3 this time, it's 1 this time, it's 4 this time, 2 this time, 3 this time, and 1. And now you've made it. So when you arrive here, you will be met with this NPC as well soon behind you. Now this is one of the divers, so when you talk to this guy, just make sure you pick the dialogue option as I work for no one, and then ask for his help. So yeah, you want to turn it on and make your way out through this pathway here, and then just go down this hallway. So basically, the NPC you just spoke to gives you mob mantras back at Castle Light. So he will be at Castle Light where the Antiquarian is. And basically, you can turn in things like Thresher Talon, Megalodon Coral, and such. And then he gives you Beast Burrow, a lot of other mob mantras which are really useful in certain situations. Once you make your way out of this building, you want to immediately take a right after these stairs. And you want to go to this tower here by the wall. And you want to climb up. Just be careful of the cursor scouts shooting spears at you. They do a lot of damage. But once you climb up here, just climb up here again, and then go through this portal over here. This is a portal. And here's the next generator. You want to turn it on, and then go through this portal here. Now once you get to this portal area, you'll spawn in an alleyway. You'll be facing the other direction. Now from where you're facing, you want to turn around and then make a right out of this alleyway, and then another right, and there should be the entrance to the railways, the sunken railways. Once you get in here, just follow the path that I'm taking. Now bear in mind, when you turn on the generator under here, there will be mobs that will spawn, so be prepared to dodge and evade. But yeah, here's the next generator. You want to turn this one on. And once you turn it on, the mobs upstairs will spawn. Now you just want to evade them. You don't really want to attack them, just run straight past them. And you can also dodge them. You just want to evade them. And then here's the exit way. You're going to climb up this ladder. And then the minute you get up here, you just want to start climbing this building here. Using these, like, brick formations, pretty much. And you can scale it pretty easily. Now once you get up here, you want to jump onto the wall behind you and then slide down. Once you slide down, this will be the last generator you need to turn on. Now as you can see, these pink chests have medallions. Now if you have enough medallions, which if you get 5, I believe it is, you can talk to Misérables, which I'll explain after turning on this one. So yeah, if there is a medallion chest here, make sure to pick it up. But yeah, once you turn on the last generator, your old diver's watch will stop. The timer will stop counting down. As you can see here, I pick it up. And at the top of the screen, it'll say 10 minutes remaining, and it should stop now. You should be stuck at 10 minutes forever. And you just want to get these medallion chests if they have spawned. Now, they aren't fixed spawned. They do spawn in fixed positions, but randomly, if that makes sense. So they're not always in the same place. Well, they are always in the same place, but they're not as well, if you get what I mean. I'll make another video on how to get medallions, but basically, once you turn on the last generator, you want to come back and then make a right. And this is the way up to Misérables. Bear in mind, only talk to him if you have 5 medallions. Be safe and go 10 medallions. Try and find another medallion chest before talking to him. And basically, what you want to do is you want to come up to him. And this guy right here, he gives you the option of re-rolling your bell at Yansho. Or he gives you a damage boost against Ethiron. So what you want to do is you want to pick the first dialogue option. Doesn't really matter. You can pick any one. And the second one as well, it doesn't matter. And the third one also really doesn't matter. But the last one here, basically you want to pick the first option, which is I seek power in my upcoming battles. Now what this does is basically you get a damage boost against Ethiron, and you can do extra damage. So it takes 5 medallions, but be safe, go 10. You never know, he might wipe you. There has been alleged, rumors that he wipes you, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't, and he'll just decline you, but yeah. Basically now, you're free to do whatever you want. You have unlimited time in floor 2 at the moment. Of course, bearing in mind of your hunger and thirst. But now, you can either go search for medallions, or you can go straight to Ethiron. Now, I'll probably make a video on where you can get medallions from. But there are a lot of videos on YouTube that are also better detailed explanation on where to get medallions. I'll basically just skip towards me fighting Ethiron now. I will pick up these medallion chests, so sometimes, basically, the way to find these medallion chests are if you look up into the sky and you see this pink line shooting upwards, it's basically where a medallion chest is. And you can go towards it and pick it up. But do bear in mind, some buildings you go into will lock you out of escaping, and you'll be forced to fight the mobs within them. So just do be careful, don't randomly go into buildings. As you can see here, I just get some medallion chests, but I'll just skip forward to me going to Ethiron. Now the most important thing to note about Ethiron is the way to attack him pretty much is to put all the bones into those shrines, I guess you can call it that. You have to put 3 in every floor. And once you put all 3 down, he gets stuck in place, and then you get to hit him pretty much for free. That is how Ethiron goes, and I'll just show you his movesets, what to avoid, and yeah. Pretty much when you get here, you just want to Warriors Respite, and afterwards, once you're full, you can talk to this Gale thing on the floor that's really loud when you get up to it. God damn, it's so loud. You want to interact with it, resist it, and now Ethiron has spawned in. So pretty much right off the bat, the first thing you want to do is immediately start running to one of those shrines, I guess, where you place the bones in. Now the first attack he does to me is the ground attack, where he shoots bones up from the ground. And basically what you want to do, every time those things spawn in, you just want to jump so you don't get hit by it. Make sure you time the jump though, so when the bones spawn, just immediately jump. As you can see here. And now he will come at you with the 3 bones. Now this is how you can get the bones and put them into these shrines. And just make sure when they come flying at you, you parry all 3 of them individually. And then once you parry them, they drop. And when that happens, you pretty much pick it up and you place it into these shrines. At the same time, normally, Ethiron likes to spawn these cursor mobs that will attack you with ice spears. They do a bit of damage, but they don't have much health, and you can pretty much use them as health packs. This is how you parry the cursor mob's only attack. As you can see here, he does his ult move. Basically, you have some time to prepare yourself for it and anticipate it. What you want to do is you want to run to the very back of the building, and you just want to hug the wall, and then when you hear the sound of the attack flying at you, start sliding, jump, and then dash. And that's how you can avoid his attack. Basically, once again, just parry these. You pick them up and you put them into these bone things. The next move here he threw at me was his plasma gatling gun, I guess. You just want to spam F. And the next move he throws at me was the blinding attack that you saw earlier. You can parry this, but I do prefer to dodge it. I think it's just easier to dodge. The parry timing of it is a bit weird, in my opinion. A good way to also evade the bones is by staying right behind these pillars. You pretty much shield yourself from getting hit by these bones. What you want to do is just fill up all the shrines with these bones, and then use these guys as health packs. Now, once the 3rd bone is put down on each floor, the next floor will spawn like this. As you can see, the stairs spawn. You want to make your way up, but before we do that, there's a way to actually disable Ethiron's ult by hitting these things over here. But it is much easier with like 3 or 4 people, because there's 3 of them across the bottom floor, which you all have to hit to disable it, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, if you're solo, just run. And once again, just do the same thing as before, slide and then dash. Ghost comes in big use here. You're able to negate even more damage. And once again, he throws a Gatling gun at you, just parry it. And the bones, just want to parry that as well. And here he does his slam move, so basically you can't dodge this. You can only parry it, but at this point, sometimes it doesn't even register like that. As you can see, I dodge the blinding attack again, and then the bones. Now you can also block the bone attack as well, but they do a lot of posture damage, so just be careful. Now here's another method you can use to dodge Ethiron's ult, and I think this method is a lot easier to do, as well as you could not take any damage from it, which is absolutely great, especially if you're low. And that's by sliding down the stairways, like this. I'll show you how to do it here. Just like when you're hugging the wall, once the sound goes away and he starts shooting it at you, you want to start sliding down the stairs. You also want to be careful that you don't slide into these like little holes on the stairs, otherwise you do get stuck. But yeah, obviously Ethiron loves to combo you with his moves, so just be aware and be prepared to be like overwhelmed with a bunch of attacks. But don't worry, as long as you you can get those cursor mobs to spawn. You can health pack and you'll be fine. Just keep parrying him. Just be chill, don't be panicky. Just relax, you'll be fine. And once again, he throws his ult. Now his ult is basically the scariest thing, in my opinion, from his moves. You do want to avoid it because it can one-shot you. And once again, just do the same thing as I explained before. Just slide down like that. You'll be able to avoid it, no problem. And basically, you just want to wait for the bones to spawn. Now, as you can see at the bottom there, you can see kind of like a Mexican wave of bones coming up from the sky. Now, that move is really hard to avoid for your first time if you've never seen it before. Now, when I first ever did Ethiron, I never saw that move, and I got hit by it, and then I got comboed to death. So do be careful. The way to dodge it is just when it comes by you, you want to just dodge. Okay, you can't parry it. If you do try parry it, you just get swung, you just get flung up, and you'll get comboed by Ethiron. So do be careful, just dodge it. And the best way to avoid it is either to jump down to the first floor or come up to the third floor, because it only spawns on the second floor, I'm pretty sure. Or the first and second floor. Now, after you've filled all the bones in, Ethiron will be stuck in place like this, and you want to jump down to the second floor and then start hitting him. It normally depends on how much damage versus monsters gear you have. If you have really good damage versus monsters gear, like 75% up, you could one-cycle them. But with me, I only had 60%, so it took me roughly about 2 to 3 cycles at most. So yeah, basically, when he gets unstuck again, you have to put one bone into every floor again. Like, as you can see, if you look around, you can see the bones. You can see the bones that have disappeared from the shrines, and you basically just have to fill them in again. Just follow what I'm doing. Just be paying attention to his attacks. Just parry his bones, or hide in the pillars, behind the pillars, and just keep parrying. As you can see, that is how you parry his slam down attack. And yeah, if you see his ult, just run up either up the stairs or do the dodging method. The dodging method is a bit risky. If you know how to do this sliding method, actually evade his attack like 90% of the time. So yeah, when he does the slam down move, he does leave his hand there for a while, and you can just M1 him like twice, I think. So make sure if you are low to use your things like Reinforce, Flame Wisp, whatever you have that gives you passive healing. If the mobs spawn from these shrines, you want to try and get a health pack off them if you are low. And as you can see there, you can also cancel his ult move by putting in all the bones. That's also another method of doing it. And yeah, once the bones are in, just make sure you come down, do as much damage as you possibly can. And then just repeat the same process once again. Now these mobs will spawn, and try and get a health pack off them. Just pick up the bones, make sure you're avoiding the bones getting shot at you. Try and get some health packs if you can. As you can see here, I don't play it very well. Let's get some health packs. Now in the Ethiron fight, don't be scared to wipe. Don't think to yourself, ah damn, you know, I wiped, I'm gonna give up. It took me maybe 6 or 7 slots to finally beat Ethiron, so don't be mad if you don't get it on your first try. The boss isn't that hard, but it's quite tedious, and you know, you can be very unlucky at times. He could just keep spamming one move in particular, or you could spam an ult and you could misjudge it. You could wipe, so don't be worried about wiping. It's kind of normal. If you do, don't worry. I definitely never did it my first try, so. Go into it with the mindset of, I'm gonna do it, but if I don't do it, you know, it's fine, it's not the end of the world. But yeah. Basically, just keep doing what I've been telling you to do. Just parry his attacks. Focus on putting the bones into the shrines. This will be his third phase now. You just want to jump down. You want to M1 him. And he should be dead. As you can see, he dies. Once he dies, white orbs spawn behind you. Make sure you avoid those. Once those explode, they insta-grip, so do be careful. And you want to find the exit. There'll be a big chest there. Hopefully you get a rail blade or, you know, enchant stones or whatever. And yeah, once you pick up all your gear, all your loot, sorry, you want to get out of there. So obviously I've picked up everything because I need the notes. And you want to make your way back to the town. Now to escape, you need to run through the Lighthook portal at the end of the town. So basically just follow me. Try not to stand in place because those white orbs will kill you because they keep spawning behind you. And yeah, just be quick. Just make your way back. If you have any mobility moves, now's the best time to use them. Like maybe an ice skate or flame assault or whatever you have. Yeah, this build that I went for is quite unique in the fact that I tried to get ice skate as well as flame assault and as well as dash, but obviously I wasn't very lucky with it. But yeah, try to focus mainly on mobility. So yeah, once you get to the town here, you want to try your best to avoid these guys because they could infinitely ragdoll you, and they do a lot of damage. So just run in a zigzag pattern. You should be able to avoid them like this, and then just keep running through the town here. Try and avoid that mob over there with the red head. You just want to run to this Claris portal, Lighthook, and then boom, you've done it. You have done it. You have done it, man. You've done the hardest boss in the game. You've done it, alright. So some closing statements. Just be chill. Just relax. Don't panic. Alright, just block, parry, dodge. As the GOAT Agamatsu says, just block, parry, dodge, and you'll be fine. Alright, you'll be fine. I hope you guys have learned something from this video. I hope this helps. And, yeah, man. I'll see you fuckers later. Make sure to subscribe and have a bad day to me.